Hello folks, Mike Haley7 here. I'm on my way to my school. It seems to be the only place where I can upload videos with any speed. I guess their connection to the interwebs is a lot faster than my broadband. Because here, if I try to upload a video at home, if the video is, say, 10 minutes long, it takes about 4 hours. And a whole lot can go wrong in 4 hours. You get 3.5 hours through it, and suddenly the connection has an interruption and you're screwed. So it takes me like 5 minutes to upload a video by comparison over at my job. So let's see, what's the news? What's the latest? So you may have seen the video on the range that I did. That's the video I'm actually heading over to school right now to load. So hopefully that wasn't too boring for you or scary. For those of you who are used to seeing my motorcycle videos, apologies for the sudden switch in emphasis, but as you know, I'm recovering from a broken leg. And I'm still wondering whether or not I'll continue to ride. But I figure as long as my leg still hurts and I'm still limping, shouldn't be on the bike, not to mention the anger from the other half. So we shall see. I'm hoping that by the time the warm weather comes, which is about a month or so, things will have improved and maybe I'll get back on. I mean, I definitely miss it, that's for sure. And I miss you know, talking to all you guys on the interwebs. So, I wish I had a whole lot more interesting stuff. Maybe I'll show you the view. Remember this? Yeah, baby. Yeah. I just got news that I'm teaching in the summer, which is great. I'm the only one with an income now, so I've got to be careful. I can't spend a whole lot of dough, which sucks because I want to buy stuff as always. Switch now from Harley stuff to gun stuff. I'd like to own a Glock 21 at some point. I'd also like to buy reloading equipment so I can reload because it's expensive. Now the range thing that I did yesterday, I'd like to talk about that a little bit. So if you're not interested in guns or shooting, then you don't really need to watch the rest of this video because that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about. So you can click off now. Let me put this back here. Alright, so swerve all over the road. Ta-da! Alright. So, I shot the Sig Sauer P226 and the Glock 30 yesterday at the range, as you saw in that previous video. And I'd like to talk a little bit about my impressions of the Glock 30 as compared to the Sig Sauer P226. Of course, there are different calibers. The Sig is the 9, and the Glock 30 is a 45. So there is going to be a significant difference between the two, not only because they're different makes, but they're different calibers. Now, the Sig I've had since, I believe it's 2004, maybe 2003. That gun was produced right around the time when those rail things were starting to get popular. I notice now that a lot of those SIGs, P26 has the rail on it, pretty much standard from what I've seen. So I got that right as it was an optional thing, and you know, I didn't really care for the rail. Don't really need one now, even. But that's just me. I mean, people have been firing at night, you know, for decades. So rail's not a big deal for me. Although I did notice that there's this cool camera laser thing you can stick on that rail portion of a gun now. So that'd be kind of cool. It's like $500 or some crazy thing. So yeah, the Sig I've been firing for basically 5 or 6 years at least, and I'm used to it. You know, when I point at the target, if I have a good sight picture, all 3 sights lined up perfectly, I hit exactly where I'm aiming on the target. I don't really have any problems. With the Glock, I am noticing some problems. It doesn't go exactly where I aim it. And I think it's partly because I'm not used to the trigger pull yet. So once I get that thing worked out, hopefully that'll improve my aiming. I think I'm yanking the trigger or just not pulling it quite right. It's got a longer pull, and I pre-tension it now. I noticed that too on the Glock. There's a little bit of play or whatever in the trigger before you can really feel it start to get close to where it's going to break. So I pre-tension it, and then I breathe out, you know, or stop my breathing, whatever I do with my breathing. I don't even know what I do, but anyway, I pre-tension it before I fire. So I don't know if that's causing my problem or if it's helping or what. But I noticed that after a few shots, it gets easier, and the closer the range, the easier it gets. When I was shooting at, I believe it was 25 yards, at the silhouette, at the top of the silhouette, the head of the silhouette, I was shooting way high. So, and I was aiming what I thought was low. I'm going to figure that out. I wish I had a whole lot more ammo, so I could do that in time, you know. We can't all be Hickok 45 now, can we? We'll try eventually, once some money comes in, maybe. Try to get some reloading equipment, so I can start reloading my own stuff. So there's that. And in terms of the weight of the guns, the weight's really not a problem. They both weigh about the same for me. I don't really notice a difference. I do like the SIG trigger better. I'm just used to it more, I guess. It's a light trigger, and I don't really mind the double action for the very first one and then the single after. It doesn't really bother me. I did run into a couple of weird things that happened. I fired the first round, the slide, you know, went back and forth, ejected whatever the thing, you know, and when I pulled the second one, snap, nothing. Okay, so then I pulled it again. Now it's double action, and I think it was double action. And then it would fire. It was weird. It was like the first time it didn't fire, so I don't know what's going on with that. That happened twice out of 300 rounds that I fired with the, what was it, well, about 200 rounds I fired with the 9, and about 100 rounds with the Glock. Let's see, so there's that. Weight, aim. Oh, and the takedown. I'm still having trouble with the takedown on that Glock. You know, with the SIG, it's very easy. Lock the slide open, flip a little switchy thing, let the slide go, and if, you know, it comes right off, no problem. But with the Glock, you get this weird thing. You got to pull the trigger, pull this thing up, push these little two thingies down that don't really feel easy to pull down. Kind of hurt your fingers. And it took me like 5 or 6 times to get it to work. And the only way I finally got it to work was I would pull the trigger, do the thing, and then I have to pull the trigger again just to get it to come off. It was just aggravating. So I'm still learning. But very happy with the Glock. Oh, and this kid comes up to me as I'm reloading the magazine, and he says, "Is that 9?" I said, "No, that's 45." He says, "A little bit of overkill, don't you think?" I said, "Well, it depends on what's coming at you. You know, if it's a large animal or a really large person, possibly on crank or whatever." By the way, what is crank? Anyway, it depends on the anger of the individual that's coming after you, the determination, and also the size. So 45 for me seems to be the good one. Stopping power and all that, you know. So here I go into the office. Oh, by the way, see, this is me walking now. Not bad, right? Can you tell? Am I limping? It hurts. It hurts right here. It hurts right here. It hurts. That bend in the foot. That sucks. Boy, this place is empty. Look at this. Nobody around here. I love it. There's students coming up the works. People walking up behind you. It stinks when you're limping because you can't walk fast, and so everybody's passing you all the time. You feel like an old man. I haven't been to the gym in ages. All fat and flabby. Anyway, I'm going to go put the video in. So thanks for listening to me. I don't know if this was worth anything, but muchas gracias, and I'll talk to y'all later.